Shalom. I want to start off by saying Brakatah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect that is scattered abroad. And with that, I'm just going to get into this lesson as far as it's going to listen to a little bit because this is a key thing that a lot of Jake don't realize, man. You know, you're not African, man. You know, you keep having that name African. You know, you're not African. Okay, the Lord definitely put a difference between the Africans and the Israelites. And Africans back then were the Egyptians, and we're gonna get into it, but we're gonna listen to it just a tad bit, and then make some points. And Lord willing, this is edifying. So here we go.
For us in that way. The only reason we came to England is because there is a civil war back home. Like the whole land, my whole family, I'm not trying to bait anyone out, yeah? We all like quarter of an entire land back home. Like, are you alright? Now it's just empty. And you're trying to tell me. You're trying to tell me. Like, you must be proud. And I'm like, listen, the white man took so many things from this planet. Me growing up in Fulham, it's not a big deal. Come with another argument in it. Like, for me, like personally, I'm not one of the
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, because they was talking about the so-called white man, you know, and so-called white man, aka Esau Edom, okay, he really did make do a number, man, on this whole world, man, and that's why it says what, that Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, okay, and it's true. You know, you see it, man. He's the one ruling. He's the one that you got to come to for the one of all things, man. Well, so when brothers say that he's the one ruling, it's true. This is him, man. Okay, he conquered, you know, everywhere, man. He built his town upon blood, man. And he's going to pay. He's going to be the ultimate. He's going to get the ultimate judgment, man. Okay? But, yeah, let's keep going.
There's people that will tell you I'm so proud, and there are a lot of Somalis that's like, oh, we're British. I don't even say I'm British. With Brexit, everything's happening. I'm from London. That's what I say.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm from London. Yeah, I grew up in London. Like, my passport is British. That's it. If they did that to the Windrush brothers, like, if they did that to that community who've been here for that long, for Somalis that came in 92, I'll be out tomorrow. No one knows. I'm one policy away. So I'm proud of it in that sense, and you have to know where you're from. And Somalis being black, the argument till this day is still on. Like YouTube videos, I see it. I don't get involved because I'm a grown ass person and I've got work to go to.
Talk on that though. What do you mean?
They make videos like, oh, what race that you would not date, and they're like Somalis. I'm like, but we
more or less two lineages, which is like Shem, and Ham. Yeah. So it's like this is like prophetic. So obviously they're both black, but they're just different types of black.
Yeah.
Because it's like cousins.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So like when you go towards West Africa, obviously their features are slightly different to like East Africa because there's just two different lineages. So when like Jamaicans or Nigerians, it's actually two more or less.
I'm like, but we are black, so how could
I know.
Alright, so listen closely. This is again Shem and Ham, right? This is what he's basically talking about. So here we go.
How can you?
Do you know what's deep though? Should I tell you why that is though? Because you see, like with black ancestry, if you go back in history, there's like literally more or less two lineages, which is like Shem, and Ham. Yeah. So it's like this is like prophetic. So obviously they're both black, but they're just different types of black.
Yeah.
Because it's like cousins.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So like when you go towards West Africa, obviously their features are slightly different to like East Africa because there's just two different lineages. So when like Jamaicans or Nigerians are like, oh, you lot ain't black. Yeah. It's like, you ain't are black. That's what they're trying to say. It's like, do you know what I mean?
You're not black.
Yeah, like when you look at Sudanese people, you know, they it's just a different type of look. So obviously that's why they just see it as, nah, you're not the same kind of.
Willie Lynch, to do.
So, yeah, man, let's deal with it. So I just got Exodus 11:7. It says, but against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. Against man or beast that tell Naslake that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. Okay, so here it is, man, that even Paul was mistaken for an Egyptian. Okay, we looked like the of course we look African, we have that distinction maybe, but it's just it's different. Okay, uh I could argue this, that we fled into Egypt, okay, and blended in with a specific people. And who was that? That was the what? The Africans, the Hamites. Okay? So here it is. All right, this is Acts chapter 31, and I'll start at verse 37. It says, and as Paul was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, May I speak unto thee? Who said, Canst thou speak Greek? Art thou that Egyptian which before these days made us an uproar and led us out led us out into the wilderness for no wilderness 4,000 men that were murderers. So okay, he mistaken him for an Egyptian. Okay, but Paul clearly said that he comes from the tribe of Benjamin. Okay, so that shows you like how first and foremost it shows you that Paul was actually different shades of brown. Okay, so he would look like us. He's not white, so-called white. Okay, and I say so-called because they're not white, they're red. Okay, and yeah, man, you see that, man, and again, you could even tell who's a actual Jake and who's not, man, when it comes down to how we act and everything. Let me get this. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So we are above all people, man. And it's not, and the funny thing is, it's not it's not because like, well, let me keep reading. And honestly, we're above because you could even see through many accounts, man, how we are actually above all people. We are the best of the best, man. Because here it is, back in Egypt. What happened when we was in Egypt, man? We made Egypt really good, man. Egypt was nothing without us, man. Okay, Egypt wouldn't have been that great if it wasn't for the Israelites, and America wouldn't be as great if it wasn't for the Israelites, man. Okay, it says the Lord did not set his love upon you nor choose you because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people. Right. And the funny thing is, um, what was I gonna say? I'll just say this, man. Like, yeah, and the funny thing is, here it is. You have Esau trying to be like us, and trying to act like he is us, and saying that he's a Israelite, you know, putting his name to be a Jewish, ish meaning to pertain to. So trying to pertain to be Jew, but he really isn't. Okay, and then you think this scripture's talking about white people, man, so-called white men? No, man, so-called Edomites, man, or no, the Edomites, man. You know, no, it's not talking about them, man. You think it's funny. You think Edom really went to Egypt and was like, made no, man. They're man. You gotta be kidding me, man. Like everybody knows, man, that the Israelites, man, black so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man, it's no comparison, man. Like it's crazy, man. How there's a complete difference between the Hamites, which are the Africans, and the Israelites, which are you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Look at the so-called black man, and then look at the so-called African man. You could tell there's a difference, man. Jake has that flavor. Okay, let me get that. It says, this is Matthew chapter 5 and verse 13. It says, ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost his flavor, wherewithal that's like wherewith shall it be salted? It will thenceforth good for nothing. No, it is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast down, no, be cast out, and to be trodden under foot of men. So yeah, it says ye are the salt of the earth, man, and the salt is what giving that flavor, man. You know, we literally again going back to Egypt, you know, and then even on to now, man. You see all the nations trying to be like us, man. You know, you see Moab, which is Chinese. You see them, man. Yo, they dancing, they doing music. They do, you know what I'm saying? But hey, man, we started the music, we started the dancing, we started a lot of things, man. And now a lot of these other nations are what are copying us, man. You know, if this doesn't speak who Israel is, man, I don't know what does, bro. You know, because it's plain and obvious who the Israelites are, man. You know, it's obvious. And if you don't know it, man, the Lord really the Lord really blinded you, man. like legit, man. That's a hell of a drug. You know? You in a hell of a sleep, man. You know? If you don't know who the Israelites are by now, man. But or if you don't even know you're Israelite, you're a lost cause. But what is it? Yeah, man, as far as that goes, man, hey, there's no going around. But then here it is. You got Jake. I just listened to another video. Uh, Guy keeps talking about Africa and going back to the motherland, and it's like you Jake, man, you just want to be you don't want to be with yourself. They want to be all these other nations but themselves, man. You know, here it is. Esau wants to be you, you know, but you don't want to be you, man. You don't want to be an Israelite. It's a problem to be an Israelite, man. You know, because that's who you are, man. But you don't want to perceive yourself as that. You know, you don't see yourself as that. You know, for what you truly are. Okay, it's like again talking about Africa as the motherland. That is not the motherland. I can tell you right now. That so-called motherland that you're talking about is where we serve captivity, man. You know, crazy, man. Like that. And again, the same spirits back then is the same spirits now. You know, the ones that wanted to stay into Egypt. You know, because and they was complaining and everything like that because they had a good time there, or they it's like, come on, man. Jake has a problem, and honestly, they still have that slave mentality, you know. They can't get out of that, you know. But yeah, man, the Lord really made a difference between the Egyptians and the Israelites, man. You can even see it again by dancing, from the way we talk, from we have a certain way about us, you know, from anything, we're we're very what's the word for it? We're very adaptable, I would say. Look at how we are scattered, man. James 1:1, to the 12 tribes that are scattered abroad, greetings. We were scattered among the heathen, you know, and we started to take on the customs and everything like that. But I could argue that wherever we were scattered, we made sure, man, that hey, we were still the top, man. But yeah, so with that, that was a quick one. I hope you were edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do real well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad. And with that, I say Shalom.